YouTube, Anthony here. We're going to do a video today showing our new Whoopie Slings and our tree hugger suspension system for the DD Hammock. And right there on the ground you're going to see what we need for this modification. We have the Whoopie Slings, each attached to a carabiner. Those are the gray lines. Another name for Whoopie Slings is the product that's called Amsteel. We have two sticks that you see there. Two small sticks about the size of our index finger in girth, about 4 inches long. And then the two brown straps are the tree huggers. Those will actually go around our tree. And then my DD hammock is sitting right here in its cover. And on the end of the hammock, what I did was I cut this long tape that it comes with, and I just left one piece through the hammock, and I just tied a knot in it that won't come out. And I did that on each side of the hammock. So this is what is going to clip to the carabiner when the system is hung up. So on the next scene we'll start putting the tree huggers up and the Whoopie Slings, and we'll get our hammock on. Okay, this one tree here that you see is the first tree we're going to use. And then the next tree is that small one there with that little triple tree there. And that's what we're going to use to extend our hammock. I'm not sure the distance between those two trees. It's at least 20 feet. And I'm limited on trees in my backyard here, so that's why, you know, obviously in the woods you have a better selection of trees to use. But for demonstration purposes, we're going to use these two trees. Alright guys, first thing we're going to do is take our tree huggers, which are sewn on either end. You see there, each end is sewn. We're just going to put one end through the other and around the tree. Make sure I'm in the video on this. So about 6 feet up the tree, just going to come through at this end. Okay. You see that there, and that's going to be tight. Now you could also use what's called a Dutch clip. If you saw some YouTube videos, it's a little clip that clips here, and you put this end through, and this end, I don't have a Dutch clip, so I'm just going right through itself here. Next thing we're going to do is make our slip knot we'll need a stick. And that's where that comes in. Now I want to get a good view of this. So what I'll do is see if I'm in the picture here, which I am. You're basically going to take your tree hugger and come over itself, just like this. Just make a little loop that's over, and then just flip the loop and pull the middle part through, which creates a little slip knot. Put your stick in there and you pull tight. Get a close-up of that. Alright guys, our next tree we're going to do the same thing. Put our tree hugger through itself. Okay, set that up. Now, we'll take got our stick. We're going to come over. Over, make a loop, flip the loop back over itself, pull one piece through. We got our finger in there now. I'm just going to replace the stick. Through here. And pull down, making it tight. Now right here, this knot, not the stick, but this knot is where the Amsteel is going to go around on the Whoopie sling, and it's going to hang right on the stick. I'll get the Whoopie sling and show you. Alright guys, we got our Whoopie sling. This is the end that's going to hook on the hammock with the carabiner on it. And this is the end here that I had tied up. That's going to go on the knot on the tree side. Okay, this is the end of the Whoopie sling that's going to go on the knot. Give you a good view. It's going to go over the tree hugger and the stick onto the knot. And this is what makes our hammock adjustable, this Whoopie sling. So, I'm going to take it, the looped end of this Whoopie sling, and put it over the knot. On the knot, not on the stick. If you hang it on the stick, your weight may break the stick and you're going to fall out of your hammock. Whoopie sling goes on the knot. And then this piece is going to go clip onto the tape on our hammock. And we'll do the same thing on the other side, on the other tree with the Whoopie sling, and then we'll hang the hammock. Alright guys, here's the one end of our hammock with the tape on it that I have tied in a knot. I'm going to make sure the net end of the hammock is facing up. Because it's in my hammock sleeve, it's hard to tell, so I pulled a little bit out. Make sure the net is facing up. I'll take this tape right here, net facing up, and I'm going to hook it to the carabiner. And just take the carabiner, hook it to the tape, and that's my hammock hung on one side. Now we're going to go to the other tree, hook that up to the other side, and then we'll be able to mess with the Amsteel or the Whoopie sling to show you how it adjusts the hammock to make it tighter or looser. Alright. Again, same thing. We got the end of our hammock right here. Just pull back on the covering a little. There it is. Net side up. I'm going to take my Whoopie sling. Make sure my Whoopie sling is on the knot, which it is. I'm going to hook the Whoopie sling to the hammock, and now my hammock is hanging. I'm just going to make sure my knot is straight, which it is. Now here's my excess Whoopie sling line. I'll just let that hang for now, and I'll show you what the hammock looks like strung up. Okay. There's the hammock. Here's your hammock. One tree. And to the other tree. Now, what I'm going to do is pull back the hammock sleeve, tie up the bungees, set the actual hammock up, and then make sure it's the proper height. Alright guys, I'm trying to make sure I get all this in the... So I'm pulling back on the hammock sleeve. All you do is loosen it up on one end, pull back on it, and that'll expose my hammock. Again, there's my hammock sleeve. I just leave it just like this, and now my hammock is opened. Now I have a bungee pre-tied already onto the mosquito netting. Right here, I just keep them on there on each end, and I'll take one, I'll tie it off to the tree. Like so. And I'll do the same thing on this side to this tree. Just come around. Tie that off, and now my mosquito netting is up. The next thing I need to do is either take 2 sticks, or I carry 2 dowels, in my kit, as you've seen in my other videos, and I'm going to put them through put my dowels through the 4 loops here on the hammock, and that's going to spread my mosquito netting open and keep it nice and spread open while I'm inside the hammock. So let's put these through and we'll be right back. Alright guys, there's the hammock attached to one tree, whoopie sling to the hammock. There's my spreader bars or my sticks. My mosquito netting is up, it's squared off. There's the other tree, whoopie sling, and the carabiner to the hammock. So this hammock now is ready to be adjusted either way, and I'll show you how we do that on the whoopie slings. Okay, you notice the sag in the hammock? You see how the hammock is sagging? It's down near the ground and I'm not even in it yet. So what I need to do is tighten that hammock back up. And here's the beauty of the whoopie sling. I want to get a good shot at this. Make sure this is in the shot. So, what I'm going to do is take my hand, here's the loose end of the whoopie sling, and here's where it joins together. I'm just going to take my finger and push it up through there, which loosens it up, and pull on this cord at the same time, and my hammock is going to tighten up. Now I just did that on one end, and now we're going to go down to the other end and do the same thing. Hopefully you guys are seeing this, because it's real sunny out and I can't tell. Again, here's where our whoopie sling comes off the carabiner. Here's your loose end, and here's where it threads through itself. So we're just going to put our hand in there, pull up, pull down on the cord. Now our hammock is tightening. Okay? I'm going to do it a little more. Now if we wanted to let slack out of this, we come up to the other end and we just loosen. We just put our hand in and loosen this, and this threads back through itself and lets the hammock back down. Let's see if we can get that. Alright, just going to take, again, try it again. Take this, pull it open, and pull the rope through. Now my hammock just dropped down about a foot. Now I want to bring it back up. Take my whoopie sling, and just pull back. And it threads right back through itself, and then it locks into place. Okay. Now we'll get in the hammock and test it out. Alright guys, so we unzip the hammock. Make sure our whoopie slings are on and everything's attached. And here we go. Sit in our hammock. Obviously we got a little slack in it. Our one tree is a little, comes down a little bit when you sit in the hammock, but I just have to adjust the hammock, and right now I can relax. I'm sitting close to the ground. I can cook a meal, and I can get in my hammock. I could zip down the mosquito netting or put it up, whatever I choose, and or adjust my hammock accordingly with the whoopie slings. If it suddenly started to rain, all I need to do is this. Untie my bungee lines, which are to the tree, and then just unclip my hammock from the Whoopie sling on each end and take the hammock and bring it inside or put it in my pack. Or better yet, I could take the sticks out, put the hammock back in its sleeve, unclip it, and just put it back in my pack. It's a 1, 2, 3 type system once this is set up. Easily adjustable, and it makes the hammock a little lighter too by taking off this several feet of tape on each end and using the lightweight Amsteel, the tree hugger, and the carabiner. Thanks for joining me on this hammock modification video. Hopefully you guys have learned a little bit from it as I have. Send me any questions or comments, tips or suggestions if you're a hammock expert, and take care and thanks for your support. Anthony signing off.